from my point of view, what this team did so well is that they, from the very beginning, said, okay, let's embrace these small and medium businesses and figure out how to give them tools to reach millions of online customers. And so I think that was one of the huge good decisions that this team made early on that really unleashed the growth that we've seen. I think we got lucky with our timing. I think our timing was just right. Well, it's a very difficult question to answer with any certainty, but if they continue on this path, it's going to be a fantastic, huge part of Amazon. The momentum that they have, the growth rates, the already large scale, I'm super excited about it. The most important thing for us, I would say actually for any company, any publicly traded company anyway, is you have to be clear about what your approach is. And then investors, because they come in all shapes and sizes, they have different investment horizons, they have different investment theses, they have all, and if we're clear about our approach, then they can self-select. So there's a famous Warren Buffett quote, which I love. He has a lot of good quotes, but one of them is, you can hold a ballet, and that's okay. And you can hold a rock concert, and that's okay. Just don't hold a ballet and advertise it as a rock concert. And so, we have, from the very beginning, 1997, when we first became a public company, we've been super clear, or we've tried to be super clear about who we are, what our approach is. We don't even claim our approach is right. We just claim it's ours. And then people get to choose. And undoubtedly, there are a lot of people who don't, who it's not right for them to be investors in Amazon. And that's okay with us. We never try to convince anyone that they should be an investor in Amazon. We say, here's what we're doing. If that makes sense to you, great. Over time, our approach has been very successful. So we're also, that long-term approach. We went public in 1997, and on a split-adjusted basis, we went public at $1.50 a share, and the stock is at $300 a share now. So, we have created a lot of value for shareholders, and we have a bunch of businesses, a bunch of arenas at Amazon, product categories and geographies and so on, that generate a significant amount of free cash flow. But if we have opportunities, like we have in India, then India is a perfect example of where we're taking free cash flow that we're generating in other businesses, and we're investing that in India. And we're doing that because we sense real opportunity, that it's actually working. We wouldn't invest this much. We would invest $2 billion unless we had evidence that it's working. But super exciting. And I think most of our investors, or at least the ones who really study what we do and understand us, they want us to do that. I wouldn't do that. Our approach is ours, and it's so deep inside of us. And we'll always be open. You should always be asking the question in general. What are your most firmly held beliefs? And you should revisit them from time to time. And so, one of my beliefs is that the customer should come first. One of my beliefs is that you should always, you can invent your way out of a box, and so on. So, and the company has developed a culture where today, if we wanted to become close followers instead of pioneers, I think, most people at the company would not want to be there anymore, because over time we've attracted the kind of people who come and stay and love Amazon are the kind of people who like being pioneers. They like doing new things. So I think you have to be who you are. You should never try to be somebody else. And the other thing I would say is, and I internally at Amazon, I tell people this all the time, don't get addicted to being shiny, because shiny doesn't last. And we've seen it. We've gone through this, we were very shiny in 1999, and then we were the pinata, and then then it goes back and forth, and you have to say you have to have a deep keel. You have to know who you are, and you stay heads down, focused on what you believe is right, and let the rest of the world do what it's going to do. And I think that works if you have as your compass. If your compass is your customers and what their needs are, for us that approach has worked. So far it has worked, and I see no reason to change the basic approach.